going to do a hardware demo today. We're looking at the Elektron analog Rytm Mark II. This is an analog drum machine as well with sampling capability. Today I'm just going to look at doing a kick drum demo to get a more classic sounding kick drum. This thing really excels at some wild and sweepy kick drum sounds, but we want to get something vintage sounding today. So I've loaded up a default drum kit. This is the sound we get, and we're going to work on changing this to something that's a little more, like I say, vintage sounding. First thing, we're going to change the machine to bass drum classic from hard, and we're going to change the wave to type 1, which should be just a sine wave. Okay, from here, let's turn off this transient sound right now, and let's start shaping the sound a bit. Okay, so we've got the decay down. We'll fine tune that more later, and the hold is set. I went through the full range of the hold there, so you can really see the difference it makes. Holds the level at maximum volume before the decay kicks in for a period of time. So it can help with giving you a bit of punch, a bit of initial impact. Okay, um, let's adjust the amp envelope now and get it down close to the same place where this is, because as default, it's wide open. It doesn't shut off at all. All right, that's in the zone. We'll go back to the source page, and to really shape the sound the way that we want it, we're going to adjust the sweep time and the sweep decay. So you want a quick time, and you want the, sorry, not the decay, but the depth of the sweep. So we want to have a very quick sweep. I don't really want to be hearing it. I just want to get like a tick off the very beginning of it, so it hits the high frequencies and comes down really quickly. So the depth will have to go up a bit, and the time's going to have to come down a bit. Right, so you can hear there, you can get a lot of attack right at the beginning, depending on where you put your depth. You put it all the way up, you're getting a real snap. Just make sure that the time is sufficiently low enough, just a little higher than where it is right now, and you're almost hearing like a bit of a resonant sweep. So you're starting to hear that the sweep come down a bit. So we're getting very close. We're going to add in the transient sound. This particular machine has a range of transient sounds that it goes through. There's a tick, then there's A to E1, and there's A to E2. I'm just going to stick with the tick for this one. Right, I'm liking that right there. So we're very close, but now in order to really get that vintage sound, we've got to apply the filter. So we're going to want a low pass, which is how it's set already, and let's start messing with this. We'll also want to put some envelope on it afterwards as well, so that it will also sweep down. Otherwise, it's going to cut out all the high end that we have put in. The whole tick will be gone. First of all, we're just going to set the frequency. This is going to clean up the kick sound and get rid of those overtones. Get rid of that actual synthy sound that you're hearing out of it, like a pitch. Okay. Okay, so that's a lot better. Now we're just going to do a little fine tuning, maybe with the decay, the amp envelope, and maybe turn the sweep time down a little bit more again. Let's see what we can create out of this now. And when you get very close like this, small changes make a big difference on this machine. So when you get very close to your sound, you're going to find that you could make a bunch of small changes and save it, because you're getting a real variety of kick sounds there that might be useful to you. Once you're in that zone, you hit a lot of sweet spots. Um, so for this amp envelope, just before we move on, you can see the decay is down to 13. Sometimes I even have it lower. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more here to about 9, 8. Sometimes I'm down to, I've used 1, 2, 3. So anywhere in that zone, just experiment with it until you're getting the sound that you want. So let's adjust, again, we'll go back to the source page and try and tune this up a bit more, and maybe adjust the amp envelope a little bit again. All right, that's pretty good there. Last thing we're going to do is apply some envelope from the LFO. So we're going to put it in one shot mode. Going to apply it to the level of the source page. Turn the speed all the way up. I'm leaving it on 16 times. You can adjust with this and make it how you want it for the effect that you want. Change the wave to exponential here. Go back to the source page. We're going to lower this. As a matter of fact, let's take it all the way down, and you can hear the effect that this has. So right now there should be no sound, but as I turn up the depth here, this is going to control the level right here. So the LFO is going to control that. Let's go. So that's a good way to figure out just what you're doing to the transient right there, and how tight you want it to be, how short you want it to be. Just turn the source level all the way down and then adjust the depth of the LFO. So what I'm going to do is bring this back up because I don't want it all the way down. Let's go down to mid 60s somewhere here. And then we're going to adjust the depth of this. And that is about it. From here, if you want a boomy 808 sound, let's just put the sustain out on the amp envelope and let's start adjusting the decay here. Right? That's all you got to do to make that boom. So let's turn this back down, and this is a good exercise to do here. With the decay turned up on the source page and the decay down on the amp page can really make a difference as well. So you can have a loud sound that gets chopped off kind of suddenly. Working the two decays close together helps you get a nice clean fade out. It all comes down to the sound that you want. Again, so it's good to experiment with these things. Yeah, so working the two decays against each other or together with each other can really shape the tail of your sound a lot. Um, so it's well worth experimenting with and using the amp envelope as well as just the decay that's on the source page. Let's mess around with the filter a little bit. We'll see a little variety of sounds that we can get out of this as well just by changing the cutoff up and down, changing from the 12 dB cutoff to the 6, and adjusting. Well, we've gone up and down on the envelope a bit, but as you adjust it up or down a bit more, you sometimes want to adjust the envelope amount as well. So there you go. That's the basics to get a short classic sounding punchy kick drum out of the Rytm Mark II or the original Rytm. I think that all the sound engines and everything is the same. They've mostly just changed the box and added more controls right on the surface. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the demo, and Happy fun making beats. How you mean?